One of the key logistical things that helped us out was the purchase of stainless steel containers for each salad bar to be put in. And these were from a company out of British Columbia called Onyx, Onyx, and they gave us a slightly better rate. And they're really tough. You can see there's a rubber seal around the edge. So the nice thing about them is kids could fill up their salad, put the lid on, and then have two hands to walk back to class with less risk of dumping them out, especially for our little people. And we were also reducing the amount of garbage that would come to school because we'd use these as salad containers, or sorry, lunch containers for themselves throughout the rest of the week. And they clean up very well. They're stainless steel. So that was nice that way. We were able to subsidize the cost of those. We made them mandatory. If you're in the Salad Bar Club, we did ask that you have one of those, but we paid for, I'd say, 2/3 of it. So it ended up being $10 a container, which is a pretty good deal. And they were mandatory, as I say. We had spare plates for those who forgot. They were like but this container was like a lift ticket if you've ever been skiing. So you just walk up to the salad bar, and because you have that, we can say, oh, we know you've paid, so in you come. And that precluded the use of any kind of lists that we were looking for names and things that would slow us down. So it was very quick. Or if you're at an amusement park, you get your hands stamped. It's the same idea. The salad bar ran once a week and over 1 or 2 multi-week sessions over the year. So say from the beginning of October to the end of December, and then we'd have the holiday break, and then again until when it stopped, say early June. And that allowed us to handle incoming money fewer times, and I appreciated that. I just have to do it in 2 big chunks, and that was done. In the following years, or in the following sessions, to prove that we had paid, someone had paid, we'd have different labels. And this is a little shiny, but we purchased something called a waterproof label from a company called Labels. And here's mine, and it's been here for a couple of years now, and it still hasn't faded. It's good in the dishwasher as well. So again, it was showing proof of payment, and we would just put student names and grades on those. For forks, at first we bought several forks from Value Village, and it was amazing how costly that actually was. So I don't know that I would recommend that to do it again. We would have plastic ones, which I hated to use, but those were the backup ones we would forget or if we ran out. Eventually the forks just disappeared. They went into containers, and I guess they went home. So to do it again in the future, I will be doing BYOF, bring your own fork. And I think people will just get into that habit to avoid use of plastic altogether. Students be called down by division, usually starting with our youngest students. The kinders would probably come a little bit early with their teachers, and our older student volunteers would help them pick out their choices. And that would keep the lines short. You're never standing in line. It was always a very fluid thing to keep noise levels down. We would deliver our salad bar right in the foyer, and that kept noise down around the office. And we would start to call the divisions down about 20 minutes before regular lunchtime started. So there was enough time for students to build their salad and get back to class to eat before the lunch or recess nutrition break started. The containers also had lids. They walked back with fewer spills, and that's a few of my tricks of the trade.